Family mode.
Hey, what is up, everyone? Justin is here,
Hey, what's going on, guys? Adam here.
and just want to make sure that you guys can hear us. So in the chat, say yes. Yo, Andrew, Johan, William, Linda, Stafford, Arthur, John. Cool.
Perfect. Cool. So while we wait for everyone else who's planning on coming on to the session today, how was everyone's weekend? Let me know in the chat box. Great, great, great. Awesome. Good. Great. Cool. Excellent. Weekend is now. I didn't work today. Very cool, Lauren. Good, fabulous, great. Good weather in NYC for a change. Nice. So we should be getting good weather now in NYC for a little bit until it gets really hot, right? Good week. Excellent. Cool. Awesome. Very cool.
All right, sweet. So people are still coming on here, but basically what I wanted to do is do a little recap so everyone is up to pace here. How many of you guys, where are you guys with your process of building a product? Let me see in the chat. Are you done with your product? Are you done with the sales page? Are you the sales video rather? Let me know in the chat, because what we're going to do in this whole training is basically give you a little bit more time to finish what your homework was for the last two trainings, because I know it's a process and a lot of you guys are making progress. So this training is going to be all about a Q&A and a recap of kind of that kind of stuff that we went over. So to start with the recap and the homework, the last two trainings were about how to make a really good product, like the content in your product, and the other one was how to make a really good sales video. That way you can sell your product, because it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world, if it's not compelling to anyone who lands on your sales page, then it's not going to work, because people got to buy it. So I see in the chat here, Arthur, you hired someone to create your product for you. Awesome. Linda, 90% done with your product. Sweet. Roxana, preparing the content. Daryl, Patrick, Christine, awesome. Okay, so while you guys are creating your product, you're still making it all out. You're making the videos, maybe you're writing your ebook, and then the next step is making your sales video, which we talked about in the last training, which was a PowerPoint sales video. So if you didn't watch that, or you want to kind of go over it, because there are some certain things you want to hit in your sales video. It's basically a formula that we use that makes people want to buy your products. Go ahead, look inside CBU under the recorded area, the recorded trainings, and you can actually get the PDF that we actually used for the training. So you can see exactly what you need to do there. And I think that is all. Adam, is there anything you wanted to add before we open it up to a Q&A and explain a little bit more why we're doing that?
No, that's basically it. The the biggest thing is we've been talking to a lot of people lately, and been giving you guys a ton of information, a lot of content, and a lot of people have a lot of questions and stuff. So that's what this webinar is going to be all about. We decided, instead of doing another whole session and teaching you guys something else that might confuse you or overwhelm you, we're going to put this session strictly to a Q&A session where any question you guys have about wherever you are right now in the process, we're going to answer it for you right now live on this training. And then next week, we're going to continue with the content and what the next steps are and everything. This way it gives you a little bit more time to complete everything. And if you're stuck anywhere or just are a little bit confused about something, we can hopefully answer that question for you so that you won't be confused anymore.
Yeah, so wherever you're at, okay, whether you're stuck on your sales video or you're stuck on creating your product, or you have any questions pretty much about anything, let us know in the chat. That's what this whole training session is about. Don't be nervous. Don't be shy. We're here for you. So let's get started. Write it in the chat. Think of some of your best questions that we can help you with. I'm already seeing some come through here. All right, if you're having any issues with the members area and logging in, Helga, you can email cbu@clickbank.com. That's basically our support line, you guys. So if you ever have any questions, you can email cbu@clickbank.com and they can help you out with anything. It's ClickBank instructors are on 24/7 almost on there to help you guys out.
Here's a good question from Andrew. Justin, do you want to talk a little bit about what we've done that's really exciting with the software and when that will be up?
Yeah, so I'm going to put that in the chat just because everyone's going to be watching this video at different times. So most people are
Got
going to
it.
be putting in the recording. And yeah,
Cool.
so I'm going to do that. If you want to go over any more questions, I'm going to send it to everyone here.
Arthur, here's a good question. How do we get testimonials when no one has used our product yet? So the best way to do that is basically, at first, obviously, you're not going to have any testimonials for your sales pitch or anything like that, but maybe get, some friends or family, give them free access to your product, let them just look it over and ask for their feedback. What do they think about it? After they've gone through it, see if they've found any success with it or anything like that. And you can always start with them, and once you start to make sales and generate, more customers, then you can actually use the testimonials that you get from there, which will be your customers. But in the beginning, you can start off with just people that you know personally that you give access to the product with, and they just give an honest testimonial. Roxana, can I do my content in 2 languages? Definitely, you 100% can. A lot of products on ClickBank have found success in multiple languages. It's always good to start off with one main language that you want to focus on first to get it out there. So that way you're just focusing on that one in the beginning. And then once you get that going, then you definitely can for sure move to other languages. John, here's a good question. Any tips on how to build gravity and build momentum in the first few weeks of a product launch? Yeah, so basically, gravity, the way gravity works, and if you guys aren't sure, any of you watching right now, gravity is what ClickBank uses to rank a product. So you'll see on ClickBank's marketplace, there's a little gravity, and basically, the gravity number is and essentially it's how many affiliates have made a sale within X amount of time promoting that product. Whether they made 10 sales, 100 sales, 1,000 sales, gravity always goes up by just 1 point per affiliate. So a good way to do, get gravity up is basically get a lot of affiliates, get a lot of JVs on board to all mail during like a 1 week period for your product launch. That way they each, bump up your gravity at one. So if you have 100 affiliates that each make a sale, your gravity will go up to 100 gravities. So the best way to do it is get as many different affiliates as possible to make at least one sale to move your gravity point up at least 1 point, and therefore your gravity will rise and your product will rise as well in the ClickBank marketplace. And once that happens, the momentum of other affiliates and other JVs start to jump on because they see, your product rising and they want to promote it as well.
Awesome. Here's a great one from Edward. Good news, I sold 10 courses during the past 30 days to my new email list of 650 followers at $147 a piece. Nice, great job. That's cool. Let us
Very
know,
cool.
Edward, also, how did you build that list? What is the strategy you used? Because I'm sure a lot of people on here would like to know how you build up that new email list.
Cool. Tony, here's a good question. As far as free email content, how do you give away good free content related to your product without giving the secret sauce away? Especially if the product isn't very broad, so it's hard to give any information for free. So you don't always have to give away, secret sauce or anything like that. What you can do is just give away informative, newsletters and informative content. It could just even be talking about little things that have to do with your product that will get people more excited about your product and hype them up even more about the niche or whatever. So it doesn't always have to be a bunch of free content. Doesn't always have to mean you have to give away all the secret sauce and all the best things. You kind of want to just lure the people in by giving them as much content as possible, but don't, give away the secret sauce because the secret sauce is for when they buy. So anything, it could be, you just talking about how big the niches that you're in, why you think this is such a great opportunity for them to be a part of it, to any free content that is just, not the secret sauce, but before you give away the secret sauce type stuff. Lynn, when I review competitive products or categories in ClickBank, how can I measure data with not available as a no gravity or stats? So there isn't really a way if it's like a small niche and there's not really any stats for a product, there's no real way of, measuring the stats and how well the product is doing just because of the fact that there's no information. It could be that the product just hasn't made any sales lately, it's a new product, or the person behind the product isn't really promoting it. So I think for that you gotta just gotta go with your gut and like look at what you think what you think is doing best. And even if the gravity is 4 or 5 and the other ones are all at 0, then that product is probably the best pitch and the best hook because some affiliates are at least promoting it, whereas the other ones have none. Ron, the difference between gravity and popularity. So gravity, like we talked about before, is basically when affiliate makes a sale promoting a product on ClickBank, the gravity point goes up by 1. It doesn't matter if the affiliate makes only 1 sale or 10 sales or 1,000 sales, the gravity point will still only go up by 1. And then popularity, which is the way that ClickBank currently right now ranks their products, is basically just how popular the product is, how many sales it's made. If it's making 100 plus sales a day, it's going to be more popular than a product making 20 sales a day. So it's all about how much volume the product's doing. So if the product is high up in the ClickBank marketplace for popularity, it means it's making a lot of sales on a daily basis.
All right, here's a cool one. Ron, um, my area of passion is franchising. I've been a franchise owner for over 10 years. I'm thinking about creating a video training course on how to open a franchise outlet as opposed to an ebook. What do you think? Is it too niche? Am I missing something? Let me know. So Ron, that is a really cool idea. I think a lot of people, before they buy a franchise, there's, a lot of franchises all over the USA, and I'm sure that they're going to search for, how do I open up a franchise or how do I make a franchise successful, and a lot of information like that. So you can definitely do a video course, and it is very niche, but what you can actually do is charge more for it, because I think it's a pretty high, if someone's interested in buying a franchise, they first of all have money to spend, right? And they also, it's very in demand information. It's very leverageable. So you can charge probably more than an average product. And you can definitely do a video training course instead of an ebook. All right, I see a couple questions about the site builder. Yeah, it is a membership site builder. So everyone gets their own username, their own password. It's all password protected, and it's really cool. Johan, let me know a little bit more about what you mean about putting dissimilar products into a content page. Let me know what that means.
If any of you are stuck right now in any of the points of, creating a product or anywhere at the moment, can you let me know in the chat box where you're stuck and what's holding you back from, going to the next step? And hopefully we can answer some questions there so that you can get past that and keep going. Patrick, here's a good question. For membership products, is it better to charge a monthly fee or a one-time payment? So it really depends on what your niche is and what you're offering in your product, and if you're updating it on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, because if you're going to be updating it and doing a new webinar once a week or adding new content in twice a month or once a month, then you should charge monthly for it because you're always updating it and giving new content and keeping them updated monthly. Now, if your product is going to be a one-time, you know, they get into your members area, they watch all the videos, and then that's it. There's no more updates. Just kind of that's it. They bought the product. It's a one-time purchase. Then it would be a one-time payment type of thing. So you really got to figure out what fits your product better. And we've always liked recurring products because then you can keep, updating it, giving new information, giving new stuff, and people will keep paying to be a part of it. And that's a business model that we've always loved, which is recurring. But it's totally up to you on what your product is and what you want to create.
All right, here's a cool one. Chris, should I start with a lower price and then raise it if I want to? Or do I start high and then cut it if I'm not happy with sales? So the way we usually like doing things is it really depends, to be honest. But you can do either way. You can start low. I would definitely check your competition for the niche and kind of price it around what your competition is doing, because that's showing that it's working. So go inside the marketplace, check it out. And generally, if you have a low price in the beginning, it's a little bit better compared to the other way around, because if you have a lower price and then you make your price higher, it just is more like an introductory price, and then everyone that's in is grandfathered in. But if people see that you cut the price later and they could have got it for much cheaper, that's not always the best way to do it. So it doesn't really matter in the end, but check your competition to have a good idea where to start your pricing.
Daryl, you say here that you're having a hard time finding a good product. So I'm assuming a good product to create. And the biggest thing is just kind of look at what you're passionate about. Think about things that you really love, things that you enjoy, that you think about all the time. Anything in that area that you can create a product around. Let's say, you have passion for dogs, and you're good at training dogs, and maybe your passion falls with, you know, being a dog trainer and teaching people how to, train their dogs and creating a course about that. So there's so many different things out there. You just kind of got to think within you and figure out what you are passionate about and what you really enjoy. And from there, you can, find out what product area you want to go into.
Gregory, I'm stuck in product content creation. I'm not sure how much detail is too much detail. My product is tax audit guides, which will aid people when they get the dreaded letter. Okay. Um, I mean, that is completely up to you. It should be enough content where people don't feel like they get lost. But at the same time, you don't have to make um, every single little thing that because a lot of times that'll get overwhelming. So it's a hard balance, and it's all up to you and your niche. And if I really need to know something about tax auditing, and it's a small little piece of it, and you're wondering if you should add it, you probably have to add it. So it totally depends your product, and it's all about a balance that you think is right. All right, Christine. Yeah, that's exactly what you should do. Once you have the list of everything outlined, your course, you got to just go ahead and start creating, the videos on that outline or those chapters for your ebook, and put it all together.
Here's a good question from Gregory. I'm stuck in the product content creation. I'm not sure how much detail is too much. My product is the tax audit guide, which will aid people when they get the dreaded letter. So
Yeah,
great idea. I think that,
I
did you
think,
do that one?
yeah, we just did that one.
Okay, I walked out of the room for a sec, so that
All
would be
good.
why.
All good. Here's a good one
It's
from
a good
Chris.
idea though.
It is a good idea. If I got audited, I would definitely, and if I saw that ebook, I would definitely buy it, and I would definitely search
Yeah,
what the heck do you do when you get audited. So that's a good way for that to
sure.
show up. Chris, what's the best ways to get affiliates working for you from the start? So what you have to do first is basically start making sales of your product with the list that you're going to build. And once you do that, then you can start going to affiliates because we have that. It's one of the videos is that you want to make sure your product works and it's converting before you start trying to get affiliates to come on board. And there's a lot of different ways you can get affiliates to start promoting your products and kind of advertise to those affiliates to try to get them to send your product traffic. But what you want to make sure is that you don't burn bridges. So what that means is you want to make sure your product converts first before you go to affiliates. All right, Nasser, do we need a domain for our products? Yeah, you're going to want a domain. The website builder actually hosts it for you, so you don't necessarily need one. But you're going to want your own domain. That way, people kind of recognize you as a brand. So if your domain is, lose weight in 28 days, then people actually might tell other people about it. It's easier to look it up and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to make sure that you buy, the $10 domain name from GoDaddy or something like that. It's definitely worth it.
Ron, can you let me know what niche you're planning on going into? And I'll see if I can see there's a market there or not. Cool. So in the meantime, it looks like questions have slowed down, guys. So keep them coming. We'll answer anything you guys have. So keep the questions coming. So Ron, there's two Rons that I'm talking to here, but Ron Williams, it looks like your niche is franchising. So I want to, if you can tell me more information about, the franchising and stuff, but the way that basically, to find out if there's a market and stuff is using the Google keyword tool. And the way you can find the Google keyword tool is basically going to Google and then just typing in keyword tool on Google. And the first one that pops up is their keyword tool. So you just type in, franchising, and it'll tell you what the searches are and stuff like that. So that would be the best way to go about it. Yes, Linda, there is a place for videos. The best place for hosting videos is Wistia. It's wistia.com. That's where we host all of our videos and stuff. So I would definitely go check that out. And they have the best pricing and stuff from what we've seen.
Yep, they're really cool.
Sue, I'm stuck in choosing my specific topic within my niche. I want to create products within the outdoor space. I want to create hunting and fishing how-to for women because I know that niche is exploding right now. But I wonder if I'm silly to exclude men since it's primarily a man's market. What do you think? It's a great question. So, from what we've seen, focusing on niches always tends to be a really, really powerful thing because, if you're going to market both to men and women, and, it starts to kind of make it so this is just like a basic, how to, fishing, hunting guide, etc. But if it's specifically tailored for women, that gives you the benefit when you're marketing to the women audience because they're going to for sure buy your product because they're like, oh, this is perfect for me. She knows exactly how to teach women specifically. So it's something that you kind of have to decide on your side. But from what I've seen, focusing on a certain niche is a really powerful thing. One of the number one products on ClickBank right now is only focused on women, um, and it's crushing it on ClickBank. So it's something that you gotta think about and really see. I mean, I'm not sure how big the market is in this space, but if you know and you see that there's a big niche there and it's exploding right now for specifically women, then I would definitely maybe focus on that. And you could always expand and create a men's guide later as well. Chris, I do not have any experience selling ClickBank products in other languages, but I do know a lot of people who have done it and have been very successful with it. So it's definitely a big market that people do very well in. Theodore, unfortunately, yeah, ClickBank wouldn't be able to do your hotel rooms because it's specifically for digital products. But you can, sell your hotel rooms maybe through another service within your product somehow. Tony, if I had to focus on one advertising method to promote my products initially before going to affiliates, what would it be? I would say YouTube would be the first method that I would go to, just because there's so much traffic on YouTube. It's free advertising, and you really can, leverage other people's videos and other people's traffic to send to your products and stuff. So I would say YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good one. I first got started with YouTube, and I also did like a lot of forum marketing. So there's a lot of forums out there. You can type in affiliate marketing forum or whatever forum your niche is in, and then just start talking to people, and you'll have your product in your signature. And what happens is you start to become kind of like the expert, and you start showing up on all these different forum topics, and people click around and they see your product and they click it because you're you know giving people a lot of value. You have to give people value, answer their questions, that kind of thing, and it all just goes straight to your product. And that is how I actually started making a lot of consistent sales, just because I was active on forums too.
Here's a good question from Martha. Does ClickBank capture my emails, or do I need to have an autoresponder service to capture them? You actually need to have your own autoresponder service to capture them. ClickBank does capture them, but doesn't automatically get put into any autoresponder. And for you to be able to mail out and keep people updated and send the emails, you want to have an actual autoresponder service. So I would definitely get one. And from our experience, our favorite one is Aweber, and they have like $1 trial to get started.
All right, they're starting to come down here. So let us know, a lot of people on this training, if you guys are stuck about anything, you're worried about anything, anything that you came across that you're just not sure about, or you need a little extra push, let us know in the chat. All right, Ryan, sorry to hear that you've been ill the past month or so. I actually don't know anything about PayPal. So all of our products and stuff are run through ClickBank. and they do all the processing, and so you don't have to worry about integrating PayPal and all that kind of stuff. Hey, John. So much great info to hear tonight. Your kids are fussing. All good. Yeah, so it's going to be inside the recorded training area. That's where we're going to put this whole training, as where all the other ones are.
Chris, what is the hottest sales video style going now? The whiteboard or the kinesthetic word style? So it really depends on the niche. Some niches would, be whiteboard. Some niches would be, kinesthetic word style, PowerPoint type style, and then some of them will be actual videos of people. So it really, depends on what the niche is. If you go into ClickBank Marketplace and you look at the top 10 products and you kind of go through each one, you can kind of gauge and see what you think is the most popular right now because of the most popular products that are on ClickBank. But at the end of the day, it's something to test, and it really has to do with your niche. But the best way to do it right now to kind of see what's going on is to go look at the top 10 products in ClickBank.
Linda says that she doesn't write well, so she's going to go to Fiverr and buy someone to write her sales pages for her. That's cool. Or you can do it on elance.com. So Fiverr's great for like smaller tasks usually, but since your sales page could be like 5, 10 pages long, you could get someone on Elance to do it also. Let me just write that in because I know a lot of people are using Elance right now to also get their product created for them too, which is cool. All
Here's
right.
a good question
Yeah.
uh, from Martha. Does the ClickBank team approve the product before posting it to the marketplace? How long does it take? And how do I know that a product will work? So basically, ClickBank has their guidelines of what products they don't allow. Most products they do. It takes about 3 to 5 days to be approved with ClickBank. They just basically go through everything and make sure everything's in place. And as soon as you're approved, that's when you get to show up on the marketplace. So you first get approved.
Timothy, my dad spends all day in the garage woodworking. He doesn't really care about monetizing, but what would be a good way to get started on a product? Film him with my Android while he gives play by play? Yeah, it's actually woodworking is a huge niche. One of the top products on ClickBank's actually a woodworking product. Like it's plans on how to do woodworking for certain to build all types of furniture and all sorts of things, and it's selling super well. So you can tell them that, but also just try to create it so it's more structure when you're filming your dad. So whatever he's working on today, he's working on building a birdhouse, and then play by play exactly how he's doing that. But yeah, that's awesome.
Does ClickBank handle the monthly recurring fee for payment to affiliates? Yes, ClickBank handles all of the payments to affiliates. So if you have a recurring product that's, $20 a month and affiliates get $10 a month and you have 1,000 affiliates, it would be a pain to, pay all 1,000 affiliates every single month their commission, but ClickBank handles all of that for you. So you don't even have to think twice about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Robert wants to offer like an all-in-one area to tell people how to use tools that every business needs, like autoresponders, conference calling, all that kind of thing. Yeah, that definitely works. It's basically a solution so people know how to run their business and what tools to use and that kind of thing. All right, so let us know where you're stuck. Anyone's having any obstacles to overcome here.
Sue, for creating banners and stuff for affiliates, there's actually a great website called um, $20banners.com, and it's what we use for banner creation all the time, and it's a great way to create banners for affiliates and stuff. And as for swipe emails, the best thing to do is just go and look at what other products on ClickBank, their affiliate areas look like and what they put in their affiliate area, and basically duplicate that for yourself and just change it for your product and change the text and whatever. So that way you can have, something to follow along with for the affiliate side, because it's very basic once you can look at other people's products and what they do. But for banners and stuff, the best thing to do is $20banners.com. So definitely, it says you have a health business where you teach about living the alkaline lifestyle with a product to do well, a digital product about that. Definitely, I would look up, all health products and stuff, especially nowadays, everyone's trying to be healthier and live a good lifestyle. So basically see on ClickBank what products are doing well in the health space, kind of compare that to your, the path that you want to take with your kind of product, and I think it would be great.
All right, Martha, I'm stuck creating an avatar. Basically, I make a guess of what my product should be. I talk to people that fit the avatar and I refine my product from there. Yeah, so your avatar is just someone that is needing of your solution. So if your solution is how to make a wooden desk or how to lose weight or how to swing, make a straight golf swing, you have to talk to those people that are in need of that solution and figure out exactly what their biggest problems are, exactly what their biggest worries are, something that they would really like you to make a product on, and exactly what your product should be in about, and all that kind of stuff. That way, you can build your product around that avatar. You can build your sales video around that avatar. So, it's always easier to start with something that you're passionate about and that maybe someone might have an issue with, so that way you can give them a solution and talk to them about it. That way you just know for sure that you hit on the right points in your sales video and you get everything that your customer really wants into your product.
Helga wants to know, is it a good idea to offer affiliates 90% of the sales commission? You actually cannot offer 90%. ClickBank maxes the commission at 75%. But yeah, offering 75% for affiliates is great because means they make more money and they love that. Andrew wants to know, does the CPU software have an option to create those affiliate support pages? Yes, we actually are going to have that option in there so that you'll be able to create the affiliate support areas as well. Linda, when we name our website, should we look for traffic count or something catchy? I would just go for, something that has the niche name in the actual domain, but also is catchy at the same time. That way you're getting, the benefit of SEO and stuff like that, but also something that people can remember and tell other people about.
Here's a good one.
Here's a good question from Sue.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna do. Go for it.
Cool. So, if we work with a friend who is a subject matter expert to create a product, what is the best business model to split the revenue? 50-50, or just pay them a one-time flat fee? Looking for suggestions based on your experience. So, great questions. I'll kind of talk about a little bit, and Dustin can too. So, we've done stuff like this before a lot in the past, and normally, if they're just doing the content creation and we're doing the marketing and doing all the other stuff involved with the product, then we normally, take 80% and do 20% for them as the content creators, and that's one way to go about doing it. A lot of the time, paying a one-time flat fee if they know what the market's like and if they really are, entrepreneurs and want to actually, see this as a long-term business for them, they're probably not going to take that from what we've seen in the past. But the 80-20 is something that we have done a few times with people. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, it's also like your relationship with the person. So if they're just gonna make, the content and you're gonna, put it onto a website using the builder and you're part of CBU and you're, paying to have that up and you're also gonna do all the marketing with what you learn with CBU, then I think 80-20 definitely works. If you want someone to really help you kind of work together and also be a partner and help you with marketing and stuff, you might want to do something more even, but it's completely up to you at the end of the day, and it's whatever it's worth to you. So um, so yeah, but you have to realize that the real leverage is the marketing side, right? It's actually getting, because a lot of people have information in their heads, right, and they are experts at something, but it's really getting it out there and turning it into something that's monetizable and marketing it. That's the real leverage. That's why what you guys are learning is so valuable, because you guys can take anything, any knowledge, anyone, and basically generating an income with that knowledge by selling it through ClickBank and marketing it as a product and all the stuff you learned about turning visitors into customers. And that's the stuff that is really high leverage, and that's why it's usually like an 80-20 kind of relationship where you're taking 80% to help get it out there and market it and do all that kind of stuff.
Ryan, yes, you'll be able to create a funnel and stuff with the CBU builder.
Martha, that is a cool idea. We probably going to add something like that inside the community area. So any updates with the CBU builder, by the way, guys, it's going to be in that site builder area of CBU. That way you can see if we've added anything new and all that kind of stuff and keep track with that. So Tony says the highest affiliate payout you can do is 75%. Is that 75% of the net or a gross? So the way it works is, first off, there's a payment processing fee, a small fee for doing your payment processing, and then all of that money gets split 75 to the affiliate and then 25 to you if you're doing a 75% affiliate payout.
Arthur, is it elance.com the best? I also found Freelancer. How do you gauge which is better? So I've only used Elance in the past. That's been kind of my focus with the freelancer websites out there. I'm sure freelancer.com is also great, but just from my past use and stuff, I've always used Elance. So I'm not sure if it's better or worse, but I've used Elance only in the past.
Yeah, it's actually it's like a slightly different demo. So freelancer you can get like stuff a little bit cheaper, but Elance I think is like the leading in terms of like professional and higher end stuff. So when it ever comes to making sales videos, animation, we use Elance, or maybe doing a sales script, that would probably be Elance, or outsourcing your product creation, that would probably be Elance. But I'm sure you can find just as good people on Freelancer too. It's just generally a little bit lower end. All right, so what I want to see, you guys, is how far are you from finishing your actual product content and catching up. So that your product content, like what your product is, that way it's packaged, and someone could hand you $10 today, and you could be like, here are all the videos that I would give you. How long, how far away are you? Are you a couple days away? Are you a week away? And also, how far are you to finish your sales video? That way we can kind of see how far, how much time you need until we get onto the next really juicy part. Okay, finished my outline. About a month away to finish everything, the product and the sales video. Okay. And what is your date? Because I think we talked about this, a few trainings ago. Is like a goal day. So let me know that as well. All right, 2 more weeks for the content. Set my deadline for June 15th. Cool. So basically what you guys want to do is, have everything done, your content, your sales video, all that kind of stuff. And then that way you can just plug it in inside the website builder and you'll be good to go. All right, another June 15th. Okay, cool. That's interesting. You guys both chose the same day, Ron and Debbie. 1st of June. Cool. So yeah, it's all about just staying on track, keeping that momentum, and that way, you have your product done in whatever day you have to put it as. We're going to continue to go on to the next steps with the training videos, but don't get worried if it gets a little bit like we get too ahead of you. You can always watch the trainings inside the recorded area, but at the same time, try to kind of keep up. That way, you have a kind of a step-by-step kind of plan, and you don't procrastinate too much, and everything gets done on time. May 19th. Awesome, Ray. That's cool. 2 more weeks. 1st of June. Cool. So yeah, so with the product, the website builder, you're gonna just plug in your sales video, you plug in where your product, and you have a full-blown marketing funnel to start accepting payments. So that's gonna be really cool. So before we go, you guys, is there anything left that you're worried about, that you're stuck on? Anything, that way this week you can fly through with that, with whatever you're doing. If you're still creating your product, or if you're starting to create your sales video, let us know in the chat. So Arthur, if you're working on that sales script, make sure um, to check the recorded training with all the different things you need to hit, kind of the formula. It's not an exact template, but it's kind of a different key points that you want to hit in your sales script. That way you can just fill it out. Like, what's my hook? What's my story? What's the value? And then all the different things inside from the last recorded training session. And here's a good one too. Is there a one-page checklist that we can download? So basically everything you need to create your product. We're actually working on something like that, and that is a really cool idea. So we'll probably put that inside the members area um, pretty soon, within this week. All right, thank you, Robert. So it looks like that is pretty much winding down here.
Yep. Looks like all the questions on my side have come to an end.
Cool. All right. Well, on that note, everyone, thank you for being on. Thanks, Robert, Linda, for saying thank you back there. Um, and yeah, have an awesome week. We really liked having you on. Great questions. Now it's just all about putting stuff together and catching up. That way you can finish the tasks that you have to do. Creating your product, creating that sales video. That way, once you have the website builder, you just plug it in and you guys are good to go. So that's super exciting.
Awesome. Cool, guys. Well, thanks again for coming on. Great questions, and can't wait to talk to you guys next week on Monday. And for any of you who are celebrating Cinco de Mayo today, um, happy Cinco de Mayo, and we'll talk to you next week on Monday.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon. See ya.
See ya.